Are we all procrastinators?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're probably the biggest procrastinators there is, and the only reason for that is because writing is hard, creating is hard. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm probably the biggest procrastinator there is. Every writer will relate to the experience of, trying to do anything else but write. The whole thing about sharpening your pencils and doing your laundry and cleaning your house and, answering emails or playing solitaire. On one hand, it's something that's advised because there is that whole thing about the creative process where we're talking the gestation period where you're supposed to think about your problem, your creative problem, and then kind of ignore it and do something else that's unrelated that helps creatively. So people think, okay, that means procrastination, you could do other things, and there is some truth to it. The problem is if you're constantly afraid to write and so you're trying to do other things, then you'll never write because you're just constantly procrastinating. So there's got to be a point where you got to put that aside and actually write. So you got to get over it, and there's plenty. I mean, online there's tons of advice about procrastination and how to avoid it, because it's not just for writing, it's for everybody. Everybody procrastinates. Anything that's worthwhile to do and it's scary to do, people will procrastinate
Well, I
because it's
think
just scary.
you've said that fear is more what's at stake, not writer's block, that there really isn't writer's block.
There
Is
isn't
that
any
right?
right. At least
Right.
I don't believe that. It could be I'm wrong, but I think it's fear. It's fear of success, fear of failure, fear of being judged negatively, fear of embarrassing yourself. Those are certainly all fears that I relate to and that I have to overcome.
Well, why do you think we put the label of writer's block on it? Like I've heard some people say, well, I'm currently
Right.
blocked right now,
Right.
and it's like it's an affliction.
Because
like,
it sounds good.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
it's like, oh, well, writer's block is an artist. I'm a real artist because I have writer's block. But block just really means you're not writing. It just means the words are not coming up. And the words are not coming up because fear is creating a tension that prevents you from writing. That's what it is. So, it's like saying, a plumber doesn't have plumber's block. Right? They just go to do their job. It's about doing your job, showing up at your job. You have to understand that writing is a job, whether you get paid or not. You got to show up to your desk and you got to put your butt on the chair and you got to type words. So that's what it is. And so we use that as an excuse. We say, well, it really is fear of writing, fear of whatever, all those procrastinating things I've said. But it doesn't sound to say, oh, I'm afraid. It sounds a lot better to say I'm blocked, because then people can go, oh, poor you. Oh, yeah, you're an artist.
Right.
So it sounds better. But it's just fear. And again, there's plenty of material out there about how to overcome those fears. So it's all psychological stuff. You just have to overcome.
Do you see a lot of that fear resurface once someone's really gone out there and either pitched or shared their material,
Mm-hmm.
or had, quote, people in their peer group give them feedback?
Yes, and it's usually because the writing, they didn't respond to the writing as much as they wanted to. They really expected the pat on the back and being told how great it was, and chances are it wasn't as good. So really, it's up to you. It depends on how thick your skin is. It's about how much you want this and how much you're conscious enough to understand that feedback is important and that you should take it as it is. You should look at it as constructive criticism, and pay attention to it and rewrite and make it better. It's all about making it better, and you really got to know how to do it. It's a big part of the Hollywood job, as a screenwriter. I've never heard of something being just first draft. It's always draft. 30 drafts, 40 drafts. So they're constantly, and you got to be able to do that. If you're the type of writer who does not like to be told that something is wrong and wants to say, no, this is the way it is, it's my art, and that's the way it is, you shouldn't be writing screenplays. You should be writing novels or plays. That's really the only two professions where the writer is king, really, unless you're doing television. I guess television, the writer is king there. But mostly novelists and playwrights, where yeah, the editor can tell you something is not working and you can take it or leave it, but it's really you have the final say on it. Then you should do that. But I think people who have thick skins or are very sensitive about creative feedback should not be screenwriters. I mean, they're in for a really, very frustrating experience if that's the case.